Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Morning Monday, September 16th, 2024. We're in for a truly decisive week. I think we'll break out of this range we've been in for over 6 months, either up or down. We'll break out, can't say which way, maybe south then north, or vice versa. Either way, big moves are coming and I'm personally excited. Remember, my strategy won't change until the market breaks out. It's to accumulate crypto daily bit by bit as liquidity allows. We'll end with today's featured crypto, where I'll place my daily bet. What I showed you were the Fed rates since the 1970s. There was a major oil crisis in the 70s, forcing them to raise rates. Imagine rates under 20%, seems unreal today. From the 80s to the 2020s, we've seen 40 years of continuous decline in interest rates. We can say it's been a golden era for the stock market. Comparing to a similar cycle in May 2008, rates started dropping from 5.25%. It took nearly 2 years to fall to 0.25%. Now we're higher at 5.5%. The pace is uncertain, but we're heading down a slope that favors stocks. The pivot point is risky. We're unsure what might happen then. The Polymarket with $1 billion in election bets is worth discussing. We'll be talking about it more and more. It's a decentralized betting platform on Ethereum. It's fascinating because it's decentralized and has many uses. It allows betting on virtually anything in real life. And it's decentralized, so it can be used for various purposes, I think. I think it's a really good business model. There's nearly $2.9 billion in bets right now. At the moment, Kamala Harris is slightly in the lead. Then there's a major Ethereum update coming in 2025. Experts say it's crucial. It's so significant they might do it in 2 stages. Otherwise, it could be too risky for the blockchain. We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, it'll bring some life because we need it. Ethereum is in a real mess right now. A team predicts stablecoins will become a mainstream payment system. It's true internationally in Dubai, Singapore, and many countries. Stablecoins, especially USDT, are a commonly used payment method. Unlike Bitcoin, if you pay $1,000, the recipient doesn't know if its value will change before they can convert it. Stablecoins work well, but they're mainly preparing for their IPO, which we'll discuss later. Yes, that's interesting. We're seeing similar patterns, which we often discuss. These patterns closely resemble those from the same period last year. We're entering a favorable cycle with October to December being bullish months, especially in halving years. This really excites me, but it's more anticipation than technical analysis, though I had noticed it too. It's that potentially, if this happens, it could have a bombshell effect. It's a kind of consolidation. Imagine you take the 2021 peak, right? That's what happened. Now we're forming a sort of handle. If it quickly starts rising again, we'll have made a huge consolidation, and then the outlook for Bitcoin will be massive. I'm thinking between 150 and 200,000. Keep an eye on unlocks, especially Arbitrum at 2.7%, which is huge, and Upcoin at 2.3%. Both unlocks to watch this week. It's a valid question. I think there's consensus that without BlackRock and ETFs, we wouldn't have hit an ATH before the halving. That's unprecedented. Did it ultimately impact the markets? I think so. The cycle went higher than expected. Then we had 6-7 months of sideways movement. Without ETFs, we might have peaked lower, dropped earlier, and already be in an expansion phase. I don't know your thoughts, but I think ETFs definitely impacted this cycle. It's interesting how this comes up whenever markets recover. To me, BlackRock's clients are just like any others. Sure, there are institutions, but ultimately they represent American retirees, so retail investors. Now Bitcoin's bouncing back with $400 million in inflows. Interestingly, RADIAN RXD, a less-known token, is moving from GPU to ASIC mining. Look at the hash rate. It's rare to see that. A year ago it was at 60. Now it's nearing 1,000 TH per second. That's insane. We're about to see a major shift in the token scale. For a change, let's take a look at RADIAN. Be cautious. It's a micro project worth 18 million, but I find it intriguing. It's recently exploded, as we can see. Could this be the start of a new trend? It's possible, but it's a very risky token. Be careful. It's a token in the top 800. CKB keeps surging while the market's been dipping for hours. CKB's holding at 13.9%. Nothing compared to yesterday's performance. We're seeing an amazing trend with truly impressive volumes. It promises some exciting developments. I think it's definitely not the time to buy. Now let's move on and look at the next steps for the token. We've discussed FTM, and BIM is standing out a bit. I find there aren't many tokens that really stand out. Volumes are ridiculous, ultra low at 59, 2003 on the charts. We hope Bitcoin breaks out of this damn range. It's possible. We might go lower before potentially exploding upwards. I hope this week will determine the fate of this range. Among interesting tokens, there's Ethereum. It's not interesting, it's becoming catastrophic. It had fallen into a range here. Turned out to be a bear flag. This looks like another bear flag. So I'm not very positive in the very short term. You can see it in the numbers. Grayscale's selling a lot, few inflows, bad short term. But I think these phases are big opportunities for Ethereum. Then there's KB, which looks magnificent. Be very careful around the 2 cent mark. There was a double top here. This could be a pivot zone. Watch out, we'll discuss this later. Then it's looking clean. FTM is breaking its 6-month downtrend. It's been in this range for 6 months. Interesting pattern. Head and shoulders. It's starting to break out here. I find this extremely bullish. We talked about RADIAN earlier. It just made a small 3x gain. Will it go higher? We'll have to wait and see. Be cautious once profits are taken. Now's not the time to ask if you should buy. I'm not really sure. Your coin's price dropped recently. That's not the case for our coin. I think it's a great discovery. The biggest opportunity now is Avax. Avax is trading really low right now. He's struggling to make ends meet, and I wanted to end with today's pick. It's one I'd bet $100 on. I've put $100 on it. It's Zederix, a very small position. It's taken a hit, so it's even smaller now. It's my smallest holding today, perfect to showcase. It's at its 12-month low. It's a token with a 10x effect. It's lost everything, absolutely everything. Let's take a look. Might be one of the worst performers. Many are down 70 to 80%, as you know, so that's all from me. Have a good day and a great week ahead. I'll see you soon.